small concept. What is GIL? GIL stands for Global Interpreter Log. Global Interpreter Log. In Python, the GIL allows only one thread execution. Only one thread execution. At a time. Because of the reason. Because of that reason.
Global interpreter log.
In Python, by using multi-threading, we can achieve the concurrency. Okay, next one, exception handling. Exception handling. Generally, in any programming language, language get the two types of errors. First one is syntax errors. Second one is runtime errors. Syntax errors, runtime errors. Next one, syntax errors. The error which occurred because of syntax mistakes. The type of errors are called syntax errors. The error which occur because of syntax mistake, the type of errors are called syntax errors are before starting the program execution. Before starting the program execution, we will get the errors. The type of errors are called syntax errors. The error which occurred because of syntax mistakes, the type of errors are called syntax errors. The error which occurred Before starting the program execution, the type of errors are called syntax errors. Next one, if any syntax error occurred in our Python program, in that yeah, tell me. In that case, our Python program, if any syntax error occurred in our Python program, in that case, our Python program will not be start the execution. If any syntax error occurred in our Python program, in that case, our Python program will not be start the execution. Now observing very clearly. Now I am taking as a print. By mistakenly string ending codes I am missing. Now I am trying to execute in this program. Okay. Our program is not executed. Okay. That means in our program, some errors are there. Okay, here it is providing which one? What is the syntax error? Print syntax error unterminated string literal. Suppose I'm open the ideally. Print. Okay. Before starting the program execution, we will get the errors. The type of errors are called which errors? Syntax errors. What is the syntax? Unterminated string literal. Syntax error unterminated string literal. Solution for that syntax error, simply we can terminate the string. Second example, I'm closing the parenthesis. Now this is also another type of syntax error. parenthesis was never closed. That means left parenthesis was never closed. Closed means it is required matching right parenthesis. Syntax error. Parenthesis was never closed. Solution for the syntax error. Simply we can close the parenthesis. The next one. Now I am taking as if condition if 3 less than 5, not using any space indentation. Okay. After creating a block, compulsory we need to follow the space indentation. Now, syntax error expected an indentation block after if statement. Syntax error expected an indentation block after if statement. What is the solution? Next, another example. Okay, I have followed the space indentation. By mistake, I'm missing colon. In Python, at the time of creating a condition or block, compulsory colon is required. That's why here it is providing expected colon. Expected colon at the end of the if statement. If statement. Solution for the syntax error. Simply we are put on the semicolon here. Okay, next one. Runtime errors. Runtime errors. The error which occur. The error which occur after starting the program execution. The error which occur after starting the program execution. That type of errors are called runtime errors. The error which occur after starting the program execution. That type of errors are called runtime errors. Okay. Next one, technically The runtime errors are called exceptions. Technically, the runtime errors are called exceptions. Observing very clearly, x equal to int of input of enter our number. So x mod 2 double equal to 0. Before that one, and y equal to int of input of enter our x value and enter our y value z equal to x by y and print of z. Now I am trying to executing. By mistake I am passing float value, but this is a int conversion. Float value is not converting directly integer. Now here exception will be occurred. Now our program will be stopped. Okay, this is the running time of the program execution. In this particular time, we will get the errors. This type of errors are called runtime errors. After starting the program execution, we will get the errors. The type of errors are called runtime errors. Next point, if any runtime error occurred in our Python program, in that case, our Python program execution will be terminates abnormally. If any runtime error occur in our Python program, in that case, our Python program execution will be terminates abnormally. Next one, what is abnormal termination? The program execution terminates at the time of middle of the program execution, middle of the program execution. The type of termination is called abnormal termination. The program execution will be terminates at the time of middle of the program execution. The type of termination is nothing but a abnormal termination. Observing very clearly. Same example. From beginning to ending, all the statements are executed after terminating. That is called normal termination. Abnormal termination means in the middle of the program execution, our program will be terminated. That is called abnormal. This is the abnormal termination. First one, normal termination. Abnormal termination. Next one, what are the reasons to get the runtime errors? Invalid syntax, invalid logic, invalid data, missing key, index out of range, model not available, model not found. Name is not defined, not defined. Next one, file existed, file does not existed, file does not existed, memory issue, and so on. Okay, exception is nothing but a runtime error. Next one, types of exceptions. Generally, exceptions can be categorized into can be categorized into two types. First one is built-in or predefined exceptions. Second one is user-defined exceptions. Built-in or predefined exceptions, user-defined exceptions. Okay. Okay, built-in or predefined exceptions. These exceptions are already predefined. These exceptions are already predefined, comma, every built-in exception, every built-in exception having its own class. These exceptions are already predefined. Every built-in exception having its own class. Whenever the built-in exception will be occurred, then immediately to identify not identify, built-in exception will be occurred, then immediately particular exception class object is created automatically whenever the built-in exception will be occurred, then immediately the particular exception class object is created automatically. We can handle the built-in exceptions manually by using try except finally blocks. Manually, later I will discuss it. We can handle the built-in exceptions manually. What is exception handling? What is exception handling? Whenever exception will be occurred, then immediately identify which exception is occurred, which exception is occurred, to create that exception class object. That means to raise the exception, receiving that exception class object, to receive that exception class object, to receive exception class object, forwarding it and forwarding it. This one is a exception handling. We have only three concepts: identifying, receiving, and forwarding. That is called exception handling. Whenever exception will be occurred, then immediately to identify which exception is occurred, to create that exception class object, to receive that exception class object, and forwarding. Next one, how to handle the exceptions. Exceptions. We can handle the exceptions. By using following options. By using try, except, and finally blocks. We can handle the exceptions by using try, except, and finally blocks. Next one, try block. We can define any block which is preceded by try keyword. That block is called try block. We can define any block which is preceded by that block is called try block. Okay. I'm observing very clearly. We can define any block which is preceded by try keyword. That block is called try block. Now this is the try block. In our source code, which type of statements were represented in try block? That means in our program, which statement causes to runtime error and which statements execution is depends on runtime error occurred statements. The type of statements were represented in try block. Which statements causes to runtime errors and which statements execution is depends on runtime error occurred statements that the type of statements we are represented in try block, which statement causes to runtime error and which statements execution is depends on runtime error occurred statements, the type of statements we are represented in try block. Which statements causes to runtime errors and which statements execution is depends on runtime error occurred statements, that type of statements we are represented in try block. Next one, if any exception occurred in our try block, then immediately our try block identify which exception is occurred, comma, to receive the occurred, to receive that exception class object, and forwarding to the except block. Now observing very clearly, try is a combination of either try except or try final. In our source code, don't writing try block directly. I'm trying to executing, then immediately it is providing one syntax error expected either except block or finally block. Next one, except block. We can define any block. Which is preceded by except keyword. Block is called except block. We can define any block which is preceded by except keyword. That block is called except block. The except block we can write the user-friendly messages to the programmer or developer or user. In that except block, we can write the user-friendly messages to the programmer or developer or user related to particular type of exceptions. In the text set block, we can write the user-friendly messages to the programmer or a developer or user related to that particular type of exceptions. Whenever exception will be occurred, exception will be occurred in our try block, then only control will go to except block. Otherwise, control don't go to the except block. Next one, except block can be categorized into two types. The except block can be categorized into two types. The first one is default except block. Default except block. Second one is named except block. The except block can be categorized into two types. One is called default except block. Second one is called named except block. Okay. Now default except block. Default except block. The default except block can handle any type of exceptions. Any type of exceptions. The default except block can handle any type of exceptions. The default except block can handle any type of exceptions. Syntax except statement 1, statement 2, to so on. Statement N. The default except block can handle any type of exceptions. Except print one message. Second number cannot be 0. Now, without any exception, our program normally executed. If any exception occurred in our try block, then only control will go to except block and except block message is executed. After that one, remaining main statements are executed. That means by statement is executed. Your output 1 without any exception, output 2 with exception can be handled. Next, observing very clearly. This is a default exit block. That default exit block can handle any type of exceptions. But why we are moving to named exit block? Observing very clearly. Without any exception. Next one with exception can be handled. It is a meaningful message. Second number cannot be 0. Now here also exception will be occurred. But we are getting the meaningless message. Second number cannot be 0. That means this is a default exit block. That default exit block can handle any type of exception. But any exception will be occurred. It gives the same message. That is a meaningless message sometimes. That's why we are moving to named exit block concept. My requirement is according to that particular type of exception, I want to change the output value. Okay, in our program, any exception will be occurred, only this message will be printed. Sometimes that message is not a meaning, that is a meaningless message. Here I am not passing 0, but it is providing still one message, second number cannot be 0. But here I am not passing second number 0. Okay. Now observing very clearly. Import built-ins. Dir of built-ins. Now these are the built-in exception class names. Okay. Okay, these are all built-in exception class names. This is the documentation type. These are the classes, base exception. Inside the base exception is a one class. This is the superclass of all the exceptions in Python. Now these are all memory error, key error, index error, module not found error, end of the file error, file existing, file not found error, this type of errors. Next one, these are all functions. Okay, now same example. In my source code, which type of exception I want to get it. How to find that one? Simply one built-in exception class is there. That class name is called exception. I'm taking as one shortcut name as keyword for to create a rename. Already at the time of creating a modules, we will discuss it. Simply, I want to printing e value. That means it return the error message. Or suppose without any exception, our except block is not executed. 2.3. Now this message we are getting error message invalid literal for into base value 10. For suppose I am passing 0 division by 0. Error message will be displayed. That exception class to give that exception in a error message without
That's it.
writing the
Explicitly.
predefined message means that is error message. For suppose previously we are getting one error. Value error. This is a name of the error. This is the message of the error. This message we are getting. Okay. Yeah, previously I'm written one message. But yeah, that message is suitable for not suitable for all the error messages. That is a default exit block.
Yeah, true. Correct, sir.
But this message is not understanding by all the people. Okay. This message is understanding by only technical people. Invalid literal for int with base 10 2.3.
Okay.
My requirement is depends upon exception. I want to change this type of output manually. In that situation, we are going to named exit block concept. Next class, we will discussing named exit block concept.